This athletic handbook is designed to inform the student athlete, parents, and coaches of the rules, regulations, and information that help develop the rich tradition of competition in Luverne School athletics. Participation in athletics is a privilege, which carries with it varying degrees of honor, responsibility, and sacrifice. Since competition is a privilege and not a right, those who choose to participate shall be expected to follow the rules established by the LHS Crenshaw County Board of Education, and other specific coaches' rules for their sports. Each student athlete represents his or her school and student body. It is the student athlete's duty to conduct himself or herself in a manner becoming of a student athlete, his or her family, school, and the community. While an attempt has been made to answer as many questions as possible and provide information on all aspects of athletic participation, it is possible that there may be some questions that are not answered here. Please contact the principal and/or athletic director of your school for this information. Crenshaw County Schools will enforce all rules and regulations as described in this handbook. The goal of athletics in Luverne School is to provide the best opportunities for student athletes to excel in teamwork, sportsmanship, self-discipline, and character. In addition to developing skills in a sport, the purpose is to provide each participant with experiences that will be positive and memorable and that help develop the capacity for commitment to a cause, acceptance of responsibility, and loyalty toward any chosen endeavor. Student athletes attend Luverne School primarily for a quality education. Nothing should interfere with this objective. Athletics are a part of education requiring student athletes to use discipline and demonstrate good work habits in organizing a study schedule which will help lead to academic success. A student's grades should not suffer because of athletics. However, academic difficulties can occur because of a student's inability to organize their workload adequately. Participation in athletics requires a great deal of personal commitment from the student athlete. Each student athlete is expected to organize and discipline him or herself so that the academic and athletic endeavors do not conflict. Coaches, sponsors, and administration can determine student participation in all activities based on academic, behavior, and attendance records. Students first have an obligation to perform in the classroom on a daily basis with acceptable academics, exemplary behavior, and consistent attendance. Participation, not eligibility. Decisions for all extracurricular activities will be made by evaluating each student, making the final decision with the student's academic, behavior, and attendance record in mind. Sportsmanship. We have a duty to teach and equip our young people for the future. Sportsmanship must be taught, modeled, expected, and reinforced in the classroom and in Luverne School competitive activities. Knowing that athletics has become an integral part of the total educational program in Alabama high schools, we must embrace the concepts of good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship requires that everyone be treated with respect. This includes members of the opposing team, officials, coaches, and spectators. The contest is exciting, but winning at any cost is not the goal. Negative treatment of any participant is outside the spirit and interest of the contest. All Alabama High School Athletic Association sanctioned events are a reflection of our community and school. The conduct of the team is extended to parents and fans before, during, and after athletic events. Expectations of Luverne School, the staff, students, and stakeholders. Coaches. Coaches follow the rules of the contest at all times. Accept the decisions of contest officials. Display modesty in victory and graciousness in defeat. Avoid public criticism of game officials. Teach sportsmanship and reward/acknowledge players that display good sportsmanship. Be a role model for our players and the community. Student athletes. Student athletes show respect for opponents, coaches, and game officials at all times. Student athletes accept the decisions of contest officials. Avoid offensive language and gestures. Display modesty in victory and graciousness in defeat. Follow the rules of the game. Show respect for public property and equipment. Parents and spectators. Parents and spectators avoid criticism of game officials, players, and sideline coaching, which may sidetrack athletes from their performance. Work cooperatively with contest officials and supervisors in keeping order. Stay out playing areas while athletic contest is in progress. Show respect for opposing teams, cheerleaders, and bands. And lastly, show respect for public property and equipment. All Alabama High School Athletic Association sanctioned events are a reflection of our community and school. The conduct of the team is extended to parents and fans before, during, or after athletic events. Assault on sports officials, coaches, or administrators, SB-16. This bill became law on March 31st, 2002, and creates new crimes of harassing, menacing, and assaulting sports officials, coaches, and administrators. The punishments are harsher than normal for convictions of harassment, menacing, and assault. For example, a second-degree assault can carry a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. But under the new law, a second-degree assault of a sports official, coach, or administrator could result in a sentence of up to 20 years. At this time, I will pause and we will take a look at the 2018-2019 Luverne coaches.
Scott Riles, head football coach and athletic director, Luverne High School.
Coach Ryan Riles, I coach football here as the offensive coordinator and also the head track coach.
Tim Brown, offensive line coach, Luverne Tigers.
Brad Horn, defensive back coach, Luverne High School.
Rudy Free, defensive coordinator, Luverne High School.
Greg Evans, head baseball coach here at Luverne High School.
My name is Coach Rashida May, and I am Luverne High School's head girls basketball coach.
Hey, this is Richard Dorsey. I'm the head boys basketball coach, B-team coach, and junior varsity coach here at Luverne High School.
My name is Stephen King, and I am assistant boys basketball coach at Luverne High School.
Tori Free, head softball coach, head volleyball coach, Luverne High School.
Coach Dale Simmons, Luverne High School, assistant softball coach for JV and varsity.
Beverly Sport, head varsity cheer coach, Luverne School.
My name is Morgan Norsworthy, and I'm the JV cheerleading coach at Luverne High School.
Player eligibility. Eligibility requirements. All Alabama High School Athletic Association academic requirements for participation in junior high and high school athletics will be followed. Please reference comprehensive eligibility bylaws at www.ahsaa.com. Please take time to read every single requirement provided for you in this athletic handbook. I cannot stress to you the importance of this section. It is important for our school and for our student athletes. If a student is not eligible, then he or she cannot participate. For the sake of time, I will only read the residency requirements, but I highly recommend you all read the requirements for eligibility. Residency requirements. All student athletes must meet the residency requirements of the Crenshaw County Schools Board of Education, as well as all requirements that the Alabama High School Athletic Association may impose. Students whose parents make a bona fide move completely out of one school district into another may transfer all of his or her rights and privileges to the member school that serves the area where his or her parents reside. Alabama High School Athletic Association guidelines determining a bona fide move include. Welcome back. Conduct rules / ejections penalties. Penalties for coaches and players ejected from one or more contests are as follows. First ejection, a $300 fine. An athlete's fine can be reduced to $100 if the athlete being ejected takes the online start. The behavioral mode and payments is made within 10 days of the date of the ejection. Second ejection, a 1-game suspension and a $500 fine. Third ejection, a minimum penalty of a suspension for the remainder of the season plus a $750 fine. All fines / contest suspensions will be reviewed by the school principal to determine consequences and responsibility of payment. Or suspension occur during the last contest of the season, a monetary fine will be placed on the school. All fines are due within 30 days. Leaving the bench ejections. If players come off the bench onto the court or field and are ejected under National Federation rules, they will also be suspended for 20% of the team's total number of regular season contests. A tournament would count as one contest except in championship play where the suspension will be in effect contest by contest. For our athletic teams to be successful, all involved must work together to ensure proper communication. The following information is intended to help our Luverne student athletes have a positive experience in our program. Each coach will conduct a preseason parent meeting to discuss issues specific to his or her sport. General guidelines for all sports are as follows. Coaches' communication to parents will include information on coaching philosophy, location and time of practices and games, coaches' expectations for players, team requirements, team fees, and requests for parental support in helping the student athletes succeed in the program. Parents' communication to the coach will include individual concerns expressed directly to the coach. This shall include the treatment of their child, areas that the student athlete can improve, and concerns of their child's behavior. It is not appropriate to discuss playing time, team strategy, or other student athletes. Again, it is not appropriate to discuss playing time, team strategy, or other student athletes. Advance notification of any schedule conflict. Procedures to discuss a concern with the coach. Make an appointment with the coach. Number 2, please adhere to the 24-hour rule when attempting discussions with the coaching staff. Please do not attempt to confront a coach before, during, or after a game or practice. This can be an emotional time for both the parent and the coach. 3, if this is unsuccessful, contact the athletic director's office to allow the athletic director to facilitate a meeting. 4, after meeting with the athletic director and coach, if the parent is still not satisfied, he or she should contact the principal.